Hey there guys, welcome to the next time lapse here on the channel. I've made Bubbles, I made Buttercup, and I've made Blossom. I think it's finally time I made a Professor Utonium for the time lapses here to kind of join those three other Powerpuff Girl time lapses that I made. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be using a yellow background for this piece here. And I'm going to be using one of the most iconic scenes in the Powerpuff Girl, TV show. It's one of the scenes that's in every intro at the beginning of every episode, but I'm pretty sure it was also in the very first Powerpuff Girl episode as well. I'm not positive. It's been a long time since I saw the show, but I'm pretty sure it's in the first episode. So using an all yellow background, and you'll see the image right about there. This is of course the iconic scene where Professor Utonium smashes into that flask of Chemical X and of course creates the Powerpuff Girls. So going to be cutting out that part which serves as the vat first, the chemical that he's mixing, the giant chemical vat that he's mixing everything into. And then I'll be cutting out the actual silhouette of him on the right side. There's a lot of layering decoration going on here, a lot of puzzling decoration. I really like cutting out a lot of the images from the Powerpuff Girl universe simply because they're all solid color. So it's a lot of fun to to cut them out because of course the duct tape is all solid color. So it really helps to make it look really cool and make the colors pop because they're all the exact same colors, or pretty much the exact same colors that you're using for the duct tape. So it tends to look really cool. So as you can see, I'm definitely having printer trouble again. My printer hates my guts. It acts up more often than not, so I'm always having trouble with it with the color. This one's not a huge issue because it's just black, white, and yellow, but on some of the more complex paintings it does get kind of crazy trying to figure out what color is what. So there's the entire piece there. I definitely wasn't going to cut out the entire thing with that black part on the side and then this part because it would have been too hard to just to peel the entire thing up and then stick it down. So doing it separately here. Then I'm going to work on that flask, which is on the top left-hand corner, and this is of course the one that he smashes into and spills the Chemical X into the mixture. In the picture, it's actually a lot lower, and it's close to him, so he can smash into it, and it looks kind of precarious sitting there. But the actual paper that I printed it out on is smaller than the cardstock paper that I'm using, so it's going to be a lot higher in my painting here, and you're going to see that. So it's kind of out of reach, which is a little funny because he probably wouldn't smash into it if it was out of reach here. So you're sticking that on now, and as you can tell, yeah, it's pretty much out of reach. So it's kind of an interesting little thing about this painting. So now working on all those little pieces, just cutting them out. There's a lot of just solid rectangular blocks here, a few triangles. The way that he's designed or drawn is very simple. It's pretty cool the way that the shadows and everything are conflicting to create his whole his whole image. So cutting out all those little triangles, and I'm going to be applying those now. Don't really need to use the paper image to find out where to stick everything because everything has that kind of that simple black border line. So as long as I apply it and I have that border line on the side and it's roughly the same all the way around the entire design, I won't have to to use the paper template to figure it out. So that's kind of cool. So now the next part I'm going to work on are his arms and his hands, or just grasping that part there, kind of the stir for the chemicals. And then I'm going to be, of course, applying these on here. Once again, still don't need the paper image. Just sticking them on. They should fit perfectly if I cut them out exactly the same way. Just sticking all those on. And of course, the last part will be his face, and that's the last part here. I don't usually get the chance to use a little bit of Sharpie in the time lapses, so I'm actually going to be utilizing a little bit of Sharpie towards the end here, kind of a little bit of a fine Sharpie for that part of his face where his nose is, as well as his two eyes. So that's going to be kind of cool. Of course, you could always do it with duct tape. I just decided to, to incorporate a little Sharpie, just for the heck of it. So there are his eyebrows, of course, and those, of course, we can do with duct tape. They're a little bit larger. I'll find out exactly where to stick them here. And then I'm going to work with the Sharpie a little bit, so I'm going to line that up and kind of freehand. I'm no artist, so I kind of have to just trace it out as best I can, and hopefully that it comes out exactly the same. So looks pretty good. And of course those are his eyes, and there you have it. So there's the time lapse. I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, definitely hope you guys liked it, and I'll catch you next time on the channel pretty soon for some more videos. So that was this week's time lapse.